Alright, so in this video we're going to be walking through importing a data file into SQL Server and then being able to select records and join them on that table that we're importing. For a little background, I have a sales table. Within this sales table, there's a column for sales ID. So let's walk through this example. So I have a sales record text file here. If we open this text file, you can see that it has a list of different sales IDs. So I pulled 1,000 different sales IDs, miscellaneous IDs, and what we're going to do is we're going to import this into the database, and then we're going to pull the full sales detail for these sales IDs. So this is a common use case. You could do this in Excel, but for example, like if you have files where there's hundreds of thousands or millions of rows, here's a good way to do it using SQL Server. Alright, so with the first step here, we're going to be importing the data. So we'll need to right click on our database, go to tasks, and then import data. So from here, an import wizard will pop up. So we're just going to walk through the steps to actually import this flat file. So we'll hit next. So this is saying choose a data source. So this is the file we want to import. So this could be Microsoft Excel, Access. As you can see, there's a whole list of them. If you have like a CSV or a text file, you're going to want to select the flat file source. So from here, what you're going to do is you're just going to browse and find that data file. And as you can see below, we have our delimiters. So this is all set up, ready to go. If you had, tab delimited or something like that, you would just come down here and make that change. So we'll hit next here. As you can see, it shows us a preview. We'll hit next again. And now this is telling us where do we want the destination of this file to go. So from here, we're going to be selecting SQL Server native client. You'll select your database. You can use your Windows authentication, or you could type in your SQL Server authentication credentials. We'll hit next here. As you can see now, this is going to be the table it creates, so dbo.salesrecords. So we'll hit next. We do not need an SSIS package for this since this is just a one-time thing, so we'll hit next and finish. As you can see, it'll run through here. It's going to say, alright, there's 1,000 rows transferred, so you just want to make sure that number aligns with whatever the actual row count is from your file that you're importing. So now we'll hit close. And now we'll just simply refresh the database. So we'll right click on the database name and select refresh. Now if we go to our tables, we can see this table is imported. So I'll right click and select our top 1,000. And as you can see, we just have the sales ID. So now let's say our assignment is, hey, we need the full detail data for these sales IDs. So I'm going to show you two ways we could do this. So first off, we're going to do select from our database dbo.sales. So this is our actual sales table. And what we can do is we can say, I'm going to create an alias as s. So we'll say s.star to pull in all the sales information. And then to create that filter, we'll do a right join. Type in the database name dot dbo dot this table that we just imported, sales records. Call that S2. And then we need to create our join. So it's going to be on s dot sales ID equals s2 dot sales ID. And a right join is going to only return the results where there's a matching record. So this is going to essentially create our filter for us. So now if I run this, you'll see we have the full detail here. So I just want to show you another example. You can get the same output within SQL based off many different ways of doing it. So I'm going to show you just one more example just for your insight. So once again, I'm just going to copy this actually. And now if we wanted to do this with a where clause, we could say where s.salesID in. And then as you can see here, what we could do is we could just pull the, select from sales ID. So if I run this, this is obviously just going to be the IDs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab this and put it into our where statement. Oops. Alright, so now what we can do is we're saying select all of the sales data where the sales ID is in the sales records table we just imported. So this will give us the same output. We could put an order. We could put an order by clause if we wanted the same. Order by s.sales ID. Now if we run this, you'll see we get the same results. So hopefully that helps. Like and follow. Yeah.